Ah, the British press and the royal family, a relationship as dramatic as any Shakespearean play, filled with intrigue, betrayal, and the occasional comic relief. For decades, the tabloids have thrived on every royal whisper, turning family squabbles into front-page news and elevating minor mishaps into national crises. But unlike Shakespeare, this saga has more headlines than soliloquies. And the plot twists come not from the pen of a playwright, but from the relentless churn of the 24-hour news cycle. One day a royal is a national treasure, celebrated for their charity work and poise. The next, they're a scandal in a tiara, dissected for every perceived misstep or breach of protocol. The pendulum swings wildly, and no one is ever truly safe from its arc. The narrative spins so fast, the public can barely keep up. Stories are recycled, reimagined and repackaged, each time with a new villain or hero, depending on the mood of the moment. Just when you think you know the story, the script changes. Yesterday's outcast becomes today's savior, and the cycle of outrage and adoration begins anew. Enter Richard Eden, a commentator who built his reputation critiquing Harry and Meghan at every turn. For years, he's been the voice of skepticism, dissecting their choices and questioning their motives. Yet now, in a twist worthy of a soap opera, he's urging them to return to the royal fold. The irony is hard to miss. After years spent chronicling their every so-called misstep, Eden now pleads for their comeback, as if their absence has left a void too large for the monarchy or the media to ignore. The couple's exit was once painted as a relief for the monarchy, a necessary purge to restore order. Now their absence is framed as a crisis, a missing piece in the royal puzzle that no one else can fill. The media's about-face is almost comical, as if the show can't go on without its most controversial stars. The same voices that once called for their exile now clamour for their return, desperate to keep the royal drama alive. Today, the very commentators who slammed the Sussexes are calling for their encore, their tone shifting with the winds of public opinion and the need for fresh headlines. It's not just a change of heart. It's a complete rewrite, banking on the public's short memory and endless appetite for royal intrigue. Yesterday's villains are today's missing heroes, and the cycle continues. The request isn't for a brief visit or a cameo appearance, but a full return to the roles they were once hounded out of. The irony is as rich as the crown jewels themselves. And so, the spectacle continues, the ever-spinning carousel of royal commentary whirling on, each revolution bringing a new story, a new angle, and the same old fascination with the lives behind the palace gates. The irony here is thick. Commentators who once led the charge against Harry and Meghan now beg for their return. For years, every move was criticised, every request for privacy mocked. Now, with the royal family stretched thin, those same flaws are suddenly assets. The critics have become supplicants, conveniently forgetting the relentless scrutiny that drove the couple away. The plea for their return ignores the real reasons they left: constant hounding, lack of support, and a toxic environment. To ask them back without acknowledging this is not just ironic, it's gaslighting. Let's be honest, the call for a Sussex reunion isn't really about family ties or a sense of royal duty, no matter how much the headlines might suggest otherwise. Beneath the surface, there's a different motivation at play. What truly drives this narrative is the media's insatiable appetite for drama and spectacle, a constant need to fill the endless 24-hour news cycle with stories that grab attention and spark debate. The Sussexes are ratings gold. Whenever their names appear, viewership spikes, clicks soar, and social media lights up. Their absence leaves a noticeable void, one that no other royal can quite fill. The remaining royals, while dutiful and respected, simply don't generate the same level of global buzz or intrigue. The excitement just isn't the same. So when you hear pleas for Harry and Meghan's return, remember it's less about reconciliation and more about business. It's a calculated move to reignite public interest and ultimately boost profits. The media, having spent years building them up as villains, now needs them to play the role of heroes, or at least protagonists, for the next chapter. It's a story arc that keeps audiences hooked. It's a tired formula: build up, tear down, then offer redemption. This cycle repeats because it works, drawing in viewers and readers time and again. The real motive behind all this? It's commerce, not genuine concern. The headlines are crafted to sell, not to heal. When commentators like Richard Eden make public pleas, it's less a heartfelt change of heart and more a strategic attempt to revive a flagging storyline that desperately needs new life. Because in the end, the show must go on, and whether they're present or not, Harry and Meghan remain the main attraction, the stars everyone is still waiting to see. The British public is growing increasingly weary of the never-ending royal soap opera. What once might have sparked curiosity or even excitement now mostly draws sighs and shrugs. The spectacle that used to captivate the nation has become a tired routine, and people are starting to tune out. Each new twist in the royal saga is met with skepticism, not excitement. Headlines that once promised shocking revelations now feel repetitive, and the public's patience is wearing thin. People see through the media's constant flip-flopping and obvious manipulation. The endless cycle of hype and outrage is losing its power to shock or even interest. Real-world concerns, rising costs, jobs and daily struggles overshadow royal drama, making it feel increasingly irrelevant to everyday life. The monarchy's troubles seem distant compared to what people actually face. The public hasn't forgotten why Harry and Meghan left. The hostility and relentless scrutiny weren't exactly hidden. Their departure was a symptom of a deeper problem, not just a headline. Watching the same media outlets that once criticized them now beg for their return feels farcical, almost like a bad joke everyone's tired of hearing. The spectacle is losing its audience. People are quietly moving on, choosing to spend their time and attention elsewhere. The royal drama just doesn't hold the same sway it once did. The media's biggest miscalculation is underestimating this growing fatigue. They keep pushing the same stories, not realizing the public has already checked out. Life goes on outside the royal bubble. For most people, the endless drama is just background noise, barely noticed as they focus on what really matters. The collective eye roll is the public's quiet rebellion, a subtle but powerful sign that the nation is ready to move on from the royal farce. While the press obsesses over their return, Harry and Meghan are thriving in California. They've built a new life, running their foundation, producing content, and championing causes they care about. Their influence now comes from autonomy, not royal duty. They're raising their children away from the tabloid glare, enjoying a freedom impossible within the royal system. Their life is a testament to choosing purpose over protocol. They've traded scrutiny for self-determination, and it shows. This is the life they fought for, a story they write themselves. No castle required for their happily ever after. The idea of Harry and Meghan returning as working royals is pure fantasy. It ignores the reasons they left and the new life they've built. Why give up autonomy for a system that harmed their well-being? A return would mean surrendering their voice, their projects and their privacy. The media and monarchy haven't changed. The same issues remain. The Sussexes have invested too much in their new chapter to turn back now. The royal return is a media invention, not a real possibility. The media's plea for the Sussexes' return reflects its own desperation, not genuine care. The press needs a story, and Harry and Meghan are the headline act. Their absence is bad for business, so the narrative shifts to lure them back. These calls are transactional, not emotional, a calculation, not a reconciliation. The public senses the hypocrisy. The same critics now beg for a reunion. It's like a bully missing their favourite target, not a heartfelt invitation. The Sussexes are a commodity, not cherished family. The pleas reveal more about the media's needs than the monarchies or the couples. So let's all give a big round of applause to Richard Eden for giving us yet another comedy sketch dressed as royal commentary. Harry and Meghan aren't going back. Not now, not ever. They chose freedom and they're thriving. The media can cry, spin and beg all they want. But the Sussexes, they're too booked, too busy and too blessed to care. Thanks for tuning in, my darlings. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more truth, sass and Sussex realness.